All right, here we are with a very quick way for you to learn Spanish with something that you already read daily, something that you have around yourself, and you have easy access to translation. So we don't want to translate the whole thing. We don't want to memorize a sentence or a phrase in Spanish. We want to create pathways and ability to learn one word at a time that's actually useful. So here's the first slide. You're going to read it in English. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. That's it. Then when we go to the next slide, all we've done is el amor. So if you're doing this on your own, you would choose one word that is repeated, hopefully in the verse or in the phrase or whatever it is you have. So what you do is you go to 1 Corinthians 13:4 in the Bible app or BibleGateway.com or the YouVersion app, whatever Bible app you have, you can typically find the Spanish version as well. Find that word, look it up on SpanishDict.com, and then just say the verse again with just that new word. El amor is love. El amor. You can make flashcards of these too. So each word is its own flashcard, mix it up, and then put it into a sentence again. El amor is patient. El amor is kind. It's hard for me to do in Spanglish, do Spanish and English, but you can repeat. El amor is patient. El amor is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. Now we've taken the word es, is. El amor es patient. El amor es kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. If you're able to touch the screen, that's even better. Touching it while you're saying it really helps. And this is only for students that are already, I would say, past 5th or 6th grade. We don't want to do this with students who are still learning to read. I don't want them reading Spanish. I want them hearing it and seeing an item and just repeating. Now we've taken patient and kind. Paciente is patient. Paciente. Bondadoso. Bondadoso for kind. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. That was a little fast, sorry. I'll go slower. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. Now read it with me. And y'all use the pause button. If I go too fast, just use the pause button. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. Now we've taken envy and changed it to envidioso. We still have S, we added as well. Envidioso. Envidioso. It's not envious, basically, is the direct translation. Here we go. I'll do one line at a time. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. Now we have it does not boast. So that's nor. That word ni is nor. So it's not envious nor boastful is the direct translation. So that word is a big mouthful. The J makes an H noise in Espanol, like jalapeno, right? We don't say jalapeno unless we're trying for a dad joke. Jactancioso. 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 That's boastful. It's not a word that we use a lot in our daily language, but you can maybe, let's see, maybe describe somebody that you know or a character in a book, but it'd be, no eres jactancioso. You're not boastful. No eres jactancioso, or no es, he is not boastful. Okay, one line at a time. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso. Ni jactancioso. It is not arrogant. Let's do those last two phrases together. No es envidioso. Ni jactancioso. So you see that also at the end of all the words, these are things that you want to pay attention to whenever you're creating codes in your brain. Also is like curious, curioso, envious, envidioso, boastful. We don't have like a boastfulness word in English, but you can see that same feeling. It's an adjective. Bondadoso is kind, like bonding. Envidioso, envious. Jactancioso, boastful. All right, last one. El amor es paciente. Oh, sorry, I need to go over the word. So proud, orgulloso. The double L makes the y noise, like in tortilla. Ni orgulloso. Ni orgulloso, nor proud. So pride is orgullo, and proud is orgulloso. Ni orgulloso. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso. Ni jactancioso. Ni orgulloso. Ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. Okay, hopefully that helps you. I'm going to do another video real quick and add it to here of using the same method with flashcards. So stay put. If you're more of a hands-on person, which most of us are, we will see how that goes as well. Okay, so here's a way to do the same thing that we just did, but with flashcards. So these are like little small pieces of paper. They're not really flashcards. I'm just cutting them into pieces. Actually, I'm going to write on them first because I always do the wrong size. So if I go to our verse, the first word that we learned was el amor. And so I'm going to add that to it. I'm not putting the English. I'm just doing the Spanish. El amor. I'm not going to use any capital letters because I want them to know where it goes based on their brain. Es paciente. Period. That kind of gives a hint. Oh well. El amor. Oops. Okay. It's okay because I'm going to cut it up. El amor es bondadoso. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love is kind. No es envidioso. Envidioso. I hope you're using your pause button. I'm going to use the comma there. Nor, ni, boastful. Hack, tan. Is it going to fit? Cioso. Jactancioso. All right, I'm not going to try to shove another one on there. And then I guess I could have used two. Oh, well. Ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. I'll put a period, give a little hint. Okay, so now we have our words on yellow. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that yellow, not any of them, other videos I've said that yellow actually operates or kind of gets the juicy part of your brain for memory going. So I'm keeping it in order first. Oops, no, I'm not. That's the best thing about these videos, right? It's relaxed. I don't pretend. Nobody pretends. Oops. To be perfect. Actually, if you're kind of too perfect in language learning, then it causes a fear of perfection. So if you listen to See It and Say It or any of my videos, otherwise I don't make it, like when I mess up, I don't go back and fix every bit of it because that causes performance anxiety. If I'm too perfect, then the student is less likely to try and be messy and make mistakes. So, obviously I want to model good grammar and pronunciation and all those things. But when I mess up, I just correct myself. Just like in English, we mess up our words sometimes. Well, I mess up my words in Spanish too. So I'm not perfect in any language. Bilingually imperfect. No es envidioso. It's not envious. I'm going to leave it nor. Nor jactancioso, nor boastful, nor proud. Ni orgulloso. All right. So if you're trying to do English to Spanish, then you would write the English on the back. I would do it in pencil, something really light that doesn't bleed through if you want to do it that way. But I like just doing it this way, and then you can just treat it as a memory verse. The language is going to take the place of the words in English because you have it situated that way. So things that you see turn into things that you see in your brain whenever you're dealing with language. So you could do like little symbols on the back. That's a fun way to do if you have a doodly type person or an artsy type person. So you could do it on the front, el amor, or you could use matte pencil on the back, or you could do cardstock and put hearts. And then like for S, I would do an equal sign. And then patient, I don't know, bread rising maybe, or learning to tie your shoe, something that requires patience for you. And so you add these little symbols on the back, and then kind, you know, any kind of idea, it doesn't matter, whatever symbol or kind of icon that they want to draw, you can do it on the back as they memorize it. So el amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. I'm going to do ni orgulloso next to be the easiest one. If I was doing it with my kiddos, I know they would say that was easiest. El amor es oops, see, I messed it up. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. El amor es paciente. I always want to say bondadoso first. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. Jactancioso. 1 Corintios 13:4. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso. See, that's okay. I didn't flip it over. I almost did. But if you need to flip it over, that's okay. So I might leave that one up. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. El amor es paciente. El amor es bondadoso. No es envidioso, ni jactancioso, ni orgulloso. 1 Corintios 13:4. All right, that's how it goes. So this works for all kinds of things. If you're trying to memorize the Constitution, the preamble, any kind of Bible verse, anything, then you can play a game, right? You can actually put it back together and see if your brain will put it back together. Again, this is for students who are already easy readers, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th graders. You're not worried about getting vowels mixed up, things like this. This is more of a scholar level. If you have younger ones, you're just practicing one word at a time. You know, just doing one word and building sentences without the grammar, without worrying about all this stuff. There you go. Look, I did it. Oh, you can't see. Ooh, there. All right. I hope this helps you and gives you some ideas on how to use things around you and the resources that you already have to help improve your Spanish. Gracias y adiós.